So as you can see, I've drawn this line here, and this line is what I've marked out for me to drill out so that I can put in an arrow slide to bring the arrow string back. Basically, the way I've drawn the length of this line is I've just taken where I want the slide to stop, which is right back here, and then I've also drawn a line where the string stops. As you can see, it's resting right here, so that's where I've drawn the line. And then this part that I've added on right here is the distance from where I want the slide to stop to the trigger. So it's this distance from here to here. And then I've just added that on to the end. So as you'll notice, I added this aluminum piece right here, and that's because I don't want the trigger to be pushed forward so much, so I had to move it back a little bit. little bit on how the winch system works. Basically, what I'm going to do is I'm going to have this piece right here sprung down with spring tension down this way. So basically, whenever I turn this wheel, this comes down and I can't move this back. I'm turning it really hard and I can't move it back at all, and then the next turn, it blocks it again, and it'll do that every single time it passes one of these little triangles. So obviously I'm not going to be holding it down with my finger the whole entire time, so now I need to attach a spring to it. So this metal piece here that brings the bowstring back, I filed it down, and now it can fit into here, and it can slide along the track. However, because of these little notches, the slide isn't able to move back and forth very freely. As you can see, if I push down on it, it gets caught in the notches, which is really annoying because the slide isn't able to move back and forth freely and smoothly. And these were caused by when I drilled the holes, I filed it all down and then only half of it was left. So now what I need to do is just take an aluminum plate and place it under here to cover up these notches. I redesigned it a little bit, but as you can see, this plate right here is running across, and this thing doesn't really get caught anymore. Except for I noticed on this side that there are some half holes right here, so it does get caught sometimes. So I'll install the winch, and then I'll see if I need to put another one of the aluminum plates on this side. So now that I have this drilled out and you can see the rod is exposed right here, I'm going to be taking this nail on this vice grip right here and heating it up with a torch, and then I can precisely burn out some of the wood in there so that the string inside is able to wind up on it easily. So surrounding the rod, there's space in front of it, space behind it, and although you can't really see it, there is space under it. I'll be using a countersink to deburr it a little bit. Now onto the string, which is going to pull the arrow loader back. So what you need to do is cut your string double the length of the slide, and plus about 2 or 3 inches. And so after you've done that, you're going to take both ends of the string, the same string, put one side into the right hole, and one side into the left. So with the assistance of some pliers, I now have the one string going through both holes. So the reason I made these two bent nails into loops like this is because I need to nail them right here so that I can take the string and put it through them. It'll be kind of like a guide for the string so that it doesn't rub on the burred edge of the aluminum and get cut or anything like that. So now I've drilled some holes in here and I've attached the strings onto the string slide. So now when I crank it, it pulls this back. Because as you can see, it's winding the string right here. And when I put in both of the bolts and crank it back, it pulls the string back. So to strengthen the draw weight of the bow, I'm going to be adding some of these DeWalt metal cutting Sawzall blades. Thanks for watching to the end, guys. That's it for this episode. I'm just trying to put out what I do in 1 week, and I'm not really trying to get done with any certain part of the bow and then upload. I'm just kind of doing what I can do in a week so that it's a bit more consistent.